Hello, hello. Live streaming, it's evolving all the time. And today we're going to find more about this new platform, Evmux. I hope I said it the right way. So if you want to know more about this platform and about live streaming, of course, stay tuned because we'll be back in a second. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Today we have another episode of the Special Marketing Live Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's a pleasure to have you all here today. So, we're going to talk about live streaming, about a new platform, a new web based software called Evmux. And I'm going to explore because I'm curious about this platform. So, I invited them to my show so I can know a little bit more about it. And I have Elad in the basement waiting, and as usually, two cookies and a glass of water. And by the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Don't be shy. Let me bring Elad to the screen. Let me see if I can do this. Hey, yes, I made it. Hello, Elad. Thank you so much.
Hi, Marco. How are
Thank you.
you?
I'm doing good. We faced some technical issues, but what is live streaming without any challenges?
100%.
Thank you so much for joining me. If you don't mind to present yourself, and then we can start the conversation.
Of course. So, first of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. And we're talking for a while in LinkedIn. Actually, we connected, and I have my pleasure to be here with you. So, thank you. My name is Elad, originally from Israel. Recently moved with the whole family to Florida, the warm Florida. Today it's a bit cold, but still warm. Married, one son, 2 years old, working 10 years in the event industry, technology company for events. And then with the pandemic, we did the pivot for the virtual events and then for content creation and then came up with Evmux. That's in very short who I am.
Perfect, perfect. And I'm curious to know about, I think this is one of my favorite questions. How does this live streaming project, because I think you were not at the beach watching the seagulls flying. Yeah, yeah. Suddenly you came up with this idea. How this FMux, and am I saying properly?
Evmux.
EVMux. Oh my gosh, shame on me. I'm gonna
Oh, good.
restart the
That's
show.
fine.
EVMux. How this idea? Why did you came with this? Because there are some big names in the market, and why?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for asking. And yeah, for what you said in the last sentence, yes, there are big names in the market on the one end, but on the other end, we felt that we can come up with something to be kind of in the sweet spot of live streaming, and I'll explain, of course. And also, yeah, there are big names, but not a lot. If you look to other industries, there are many companies in the industry, and for such a big industry and such growing industry such as content creation, we feel like there is a good place for us as well, so everybody will be happy. So for your first question, how we came up with Evmux. So as I said in the beginning, we are not new to the business in general, or to business in general. We are a bootstrap working more than 10 years in the event industry. We have a company that provides technology for events, badge printing, lead retrieval, tracking in the event, RFID, a lot of crazy technologies, a lot of crazy projects, working with amazing brand names, a lot of experience that we had so far. And then, what happened to the world is the world pandemic, right? March 2020, everything in all over the world shut down. no events, no in-person events, no business events. Then we were fortunate enough to be part of the event industry, but in the business part of the event industry. No, I'm not talking about festivals and things of that sort. I'm talking about conferences and conventions and exhibitions. And this industry basically pivoted immediately to the virtual world. And then when we started to kind of figure out how we can contribute something and add value to our clients in the virtual world, we came up with being the production team for virtual events, because people just they wanted to do virtual events, they didn't know how to. So they came to us as their technology partners, and we had the solutions, of course. So to begin with, we used different tools out there, but pretty quickly, we figured out that those tools are not suitable for what we need in the event use case. A bit later, we will talk about our differentiators. Most of them are the reasons that led us to create and develop Evmux, because we needed those things and we just couldn't find a tool to provide those. It was either very easy to use but very limited, or very complicated to use and very robust. And that's why we came up with Evmux to be in this sweet spot of, yes, very simple, very easy to use, but yet very robust if you would like to take it to the next level. So that's again what made us to come up with Evmux. After long development process, long beta, we just launched less than a month ago. So excited about it.
Perfect, perfect. And I think I saw some things. I didn't explore really deep the platform, but yes, I can tell that thing because, as you may know or you may guess, I've tried lots of platforms: StreamYard, Restream, OBS, vMix, and I from the most less complex, which is StreamYard, to the most complex, which I think it's vMix. Do you have in mind to position, having in mind the comparison? Uh, where?
Yeah. So you described it exactly as we did. We have those very, I just didn't mention name. You mentioned names, that's fine. So we have those very easy to use tools, and they did great job, and they still do great job. And a lot of people say that that's good enough for me, and I appreciate that. StreamYard, Restream. On the other end, you have those very complicated tools that you basically can do almost everything you would like to do, but it's so complicated, even for us as professionals, to do the setup using OBS and vMix to be ready for the show. It's a nightmare. Okay, yeah, we will get it to work. We can do anything the client would ask almost. There are some limitations also, because if you use vMix and OBS and you would like to invite guests inside and have speakers, it's not native in the system. You have to use different tools like Zoom, and then Zoom and OBS together. And like a nightmare. Again, we won't go through this now, but it's not easy at all. Um, and then Evmux is kind of in between. It's very easy to use, and almost all the great things you love about other platforms you can find in Evmux as well. And you do it right now, actually. All the add to stream, remove from stream, branding, banners, social integrations, and showing the comments on the fly, being able to have Marco full screen and then add me to the stream easily. All these are in there. But on top of that, we added another, I call it another professionalism to the system, which allows content creators to go above and beyond with their creativity. For us, it was very hard that people had to say, okay, I cannot do that. It's hard, but we still want it to be easy. Okay, so if we want it to be easy, I think we found the right way to be in this sweet spot. You can do whatever you liked in other tools, and like Marco, just doing on the fly, changing the layouts pretty easily. And you can take it to the next level with what we call prosins, and then the sky's the limit with what you can achieve in your productions.
Well, I'm having fun. I think you noticed.
That's the most important thing, to have fun.
I'm having fun doing some testing using the platform, and I'm liking.
Cool, cool.
Because I think one of the most important things when we are developing this kind of platforms, it's finding people. How did you find people and the right people to help you in this process? And which things? This is a nice question. Which things? Because I'm pretty sure that some may said that they were missing some things. Do you have a kind of a ranking of, for instance, the top three things they told you that were missing in the market?
Yeah, wow. So top three, it's hard because there are several things, but that I think the top three is, first of all, the idea that you are limited to specific layouts. Okay,
Mhm.
in one end it's very easy because the system kind of leads you to certain layouts, and then you don't have to think that much. This is what you can do, five or so layouts that you can use, that you just play around with them a little bit here. If you have more speakers, so you can do a little more. But the idea that you are limited, I think that's the first one. And sometimes it's good because you don't want to work that hard. You say, okay, this layout is good enough for me. So that's great. We have those layouts. But if you want to go further with your creativity, we allow you to do that with the ProScenes editor. So I think that's first. Another thing is the ability to edit things live without affecting the live show. So, and again, that's the professionalism, because in the other tools, the very easy to use tools, if you have anything you would like to change, you change it on the fly. Okay, you want to put the speaker on, you did a mistake, oh, let's take them down, or it's on the fly. So
Mhm.
it's easy, yes. Sometimes, it's a bit frustrated because on the fly you need to be very accurate. So it's sometimes frustrated, but it's easy because okay, just click a button and you have the speaker on, click the button, you have the speaker off. But when you have a really live show, it's not very professional that you did a mistake and everyone saw that and then you need to correct immediately. So with the ProScenes editor, basically we have the screen splitted. On one side you have what you edit, on the other side you have what it's live. So you can do the edits, and then when you are done you can do the transition to the live. So basically you can do whatever you want and build the whole show. We don't encourage you to do that, we encourage you to do it ahead of time. But let's say there are any mistake, or you prefer to build it on the fly, you can, and then when things are ready, to transition them to the live portion of the system. So I think that's the second one. And the third one is the communication between you and your guests. Okay, so coming from the event industry, I think that's something that really helped us here, because in events, virtual events, the speakers, the guests, in many cases they are very high level people, okay, that the organizer, the event planners worked so hard to bring them to the show. Okay, let's say me, I'm not high level, you just talked to me 5 minutes and I said yes, I'm coming. Okay, so sorry about that. So I said yes, I'm coming. But for event planners, and we just did the live booster not far ago. And it was hard to schedule speakers, to schedule guests, to invite them to the show. So after they say yes, we wanted to make sure that their experience is the best. And using other platforms, when speakers join, yeah, joining might be easy, but then let's say now you and me on the stage and we have two more guests waiting. In other tools, they cannot talk to each other during this time. Okay, the producer cannot talk to them. Let's say you want to do a quick tech test, you cannot do that. So with Evmux we solved it. People on the stage can talk freely, and people on the backstage, they can talk freely as well without interrupting them. Okay, the producer can always talk to everyone, to people on the backstage and to people on the stage. If they have any comment for us, they can just say, let's say we need to wrap up in 2 minutes. Okay, and we don't pay attention to the chat. The producer can push to talk to us, like in the news, and say, hey, Marco, please wrap up in 2 minutes. And then, yeah, like you have exactly those small things that can help you to upgrade your production level. I understand that sometimes it's not needed. Like now, it's only you and me here. We don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
any
yeah,
more
yeah,
speakers.
absolutely.
So you don't have to have any backstage talks with me that much. Like we are live together. You don't
Yep.
have to push to talk to me. But as content creators, our vision is that, yeah, now you're doing with me this kind of live podcast, but next week you might have a webinar, or you're going to do a remote producer for something, or you would like to have someone on the stage presenting something without you being with this person on the stage all the time. So when this person is alone on the stage, you would like to communicate and give any comment. It was very important for us that you will be able to do that. So the experience for your speaker is amazing. And you just before we went live, you gave me one example that you have a speaker, or I call them speakers because I'm coming from the event industry, but a guest, okay, that sharing screen and
No,
presenting
it was a
something.
speaker. It was a speaker.
A speaker, cool.
Yeah.
So this speaker sharing screen now. I don't know if all of you knows, but no. But if you are sharing your screen and you have only one monitor, then basically the whole screen is what you share. This is what you see as the speaker. So you don't see the platform. You can't see the chat, and it makes you a bit frustrated. Like you don't know what's going on. Okay, so then the ability for you to let this speaker know that, hey, don't worry, if there is anything, I can just push to talk to you and talk to you and let you know what's going on. So chill. So this speaker feels much better. So the experience for the speakers when they are uh, coming to be guests in your show is better. And this is one of the most important thing. I think you want your guests to feel good when they're coming to your show, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we were talking before starting about this because sometimes people are so scared when they are live or about to go live,
Yeah.
and we don't have, as you mentioned, because sometimes the room is kind of in a roller coaster way. Okay, there's no way that you can communicate because the live it's already on and there's people waiting in the staging area, and there's, as you mentioned, and the other thing is most of platforms only allow you to communicate with a private chat, which is it's good, but you can't just uh, nudge that right people, like, okay, be prepared, or something, and
Yeah,
because
yeah,
this, yeah,
I
yeah,
agree. I'm saying it's okay. It's not good enough sometimes. And again, having the ability to another example. Okay, you and me now on the stage. Let's say we have a remote producer. Okay, someone that not on the stage but cutting the show. Okay, and then we have two other guests joining, waiting for their turn. They are joining. We are live now. For them, no, they cannot talk. We don't see them. Okay, like the producer will know that they joined but cannot talk to them, only chat with them. Even to do a tech test, you don't know even if you hear them. It's
yeah,
crazy. You bring them live, you didn't know how they sound.
yeah,
Okay, so we couldn't afford that. For us, again, as we see live streaming, as we see content creators evolve, we cannot just say, okay, you will do just one-on-one, so you don't need them. No, as a content creator, you will do a lot of one-on-ones, which is great, but you
yeah,
will do also other things. And as a platform, we want to be there for you, so you will be able to do whatever you need with live streaming and content creation, not only one use case. It doesn't make sense that for one use case you have this platform, for another use case you have this platform. No, we want to be the go-to platform for you for any content you create.
absolutely. And on the other side, there struggles, there difficult things to do. Can you share some of those most challenging things when we are trying to build a new platform like this?
Yeah, wow. Okay, challenges. So I think it's not something specifically to this industry or to us specifically. As an entrepreneur, as a startup, the challenges are crazy. You know, along the way, technical challenges, thing that doesn't work to be to begin with, and then you solve it, and then it's like a roller coaster. Like you are upset that there is an issue that you just don't know how to solve, and then you solve it, and there is a celebration. I think that the key here is to celebrate the small little wins, to get the fuel and to keep going and to be persistent, because it's a long process. You don't develop a startup with 3 months, sometimes maybe, but not in this industry that everything should be extremely stable and a lot of moving pieces. And another thing is to have the right founders, the right partners. I've been fortunate enough to have my partners for almost 10 years together, so we know each other so well. We know how to work together. It's been very challenging back in March 2020 that, kind of our business was shut down immediately. It took about a month, like it was very quickly that the industry pivoted to the virtual events. But back then, like, it was, what is going on with our business? Like, everything is shut down. It was very frustrated being with the right partners to to help each other, to motivate each other all the time. And when I'm down, they let me up, and when they're down, I'm pushing them up. I think that's the most important thing. And that's what makes me confident that we will be successful, because we, with this team, team of winners, we will listen to whatever comment, and we will figure it out. At the end, it's just figure things out. How to sell, what the right pricing, being patient because you get feedback. I can say that about a year ago we thought that we are ready to go. Okay, and then we went to a small, very small little beta with people from the industry that we know. And the feedback we've got, that it's not good enough. Like, there are missing features that they are major, that we can't just go to the market, we will lose everything. So we were brave to stop, hold back, add more things, and then go to the market. And we feel now that we are much more ready. Of course, we did our test, we asked people. It's a hell of a process. It's very hard to explain. People that didn't went through, I can recommend for those that they do want to do that, go for it. It's, at the end of the day, it's a lot of fun, and you feel that you add value to people, and you see people like Marco smiling. What else you can do?
Good. Yes, it's nice to see you smile.
Yeah,
It's
it's
better
all
to see
about
me
that.
smile than see me with not so good face. Believe me. I don't know, Elad. I was tempted to ask you to share screen and to show us um, how it looks, because, and I think this is something that usually people who doesn't go into the studio doesn't know about the buttons and what do we have in this side. So, do you mind share screen?
I don't mind at all. Let me do something quickly here to make sure that I'm sharing the right screen. All right. Yeah, let's try that. I'll share and let me know if you can see that.
Okay, I think I can. Let me just do this.
I think my screen is a bit. Oh, now it's good. Okay, probably my internet. Do you see my screen properly? That's good. All right. So, first of all, thank you for the opportunity.
You're
Um,
welcome.
what you see here is the studio. We have also the dashboard. Not interesting. You just create your broadcast and you go live. So we won't waste time on this. I can also tell you that we have our YouTube channel with videos coming up every week, and also our town halls. And those videos are basically tutorials, quick demos, and quick dive into specific sessions to really learn more about Evmux. Also worth mentioning that it's free. Like you can have a free account on Evmux, and everything is open. Just try, go live, create content. The only thing on the free plan is our logo will be there. But everything is open. Like we don't limit you with streams, we don't limit you with recordings. We you have the pro scenes, you have all the features. It's just the logo. So really recommend you to try it yourself. What you see here, as I said, is the studio. Um, on the top, I think this is also something unique to us. If you have multiple broadcasts when you do something like a virtual event, instead of having different instances, you can have everything within one studio. Those are basically tabs, like in Chrome, same idea.
Okay.
Okay, which makes things very easy to manage day of the event. But for a lot of cases, it's not an event, it's just one broadcast like we have now. So you don't need that. And then you have only one session you work on. We have light and dark version, which is something nice. Again, a feedback that we got back then. A
Yeah.
lot of like we did a poll, almost half half. It's crazy. Like some people prefer that, some people prefer the dark. Um, Go for it. So again, we don't want to limit you. So that's the method, and that's how we approach things. So you can go with dark or light. Broadcast channels. So was very important for us to allow you to go to any social media, easily integrated Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch, and of course RTMP sources, destinations. So you definitely can do that. You can have different posts to different social media and things of that sort. Those things are pretty similar to other platforms that you already know, web-based platforms. If you don't have any broadcasting channel in place, like you see that I turned off all of them, I can simply go with record. Okay, I think that people underestimate the recording piece of this kind of platform, because when you use, a lot of people use Zoom to record and then go after, I call that post production, post editing, to do this job. It can be, at the end of the day, they can have amazing results, but it's a lot of time to make it happen, sometimes a lot of money if you use outsource for these freelancers. So with a tool like Evmux, you can basically have the background, the lower thirds, position the speakers wherever you would like to, even if it's you. I can I can tell that yesterday I created a training on something for the technology in the physical event that we have, and I used Evmux to record because I could pretty easily to have an amazing setup, amazing layout with a nice background, and then a picture wherever I wanted it to be, and then myself next to it explaining, and it's just more appealing to people. So this tool is definitely a recording tool that can save you a lot of time and money. Also, the recording comes up in the 1080p. Okay, the quality is great. So use it for recording as well, definitely. Now, what you see here, we have, and that's again one of our main differentiators that I talked before, the ability for you to go above and beyond with your creativity. So you have the dynamic scenes, which is basically what you know from other platforms with changes here and there, but they, people love this way of creating content, so we didn't want to prevent them to doing that. So you have the different layouts here. Of course, we'll add more and more with the time being. It's your mute, unmute, camera. You have yourself here, and you can just add yourself to the stream really easily. And if you have more guests here, and of course you can invite the guests and all this good stuff, you can easily add and remove them from the to the stream and change the layout. Okay, this is if we go with dynamic scene, and I think Marco, this is what you do in this show.
Yes.
Definitely can go towards this direction, and then you have the brand settings with the different themes for the banners, the lower thirds. So another thing we have is the custom lower thirds. We can have different layouts, the different styles, sorry, of lower thirds, and we will add more and more. You can go with show always or hide after, repeat every, the size of the lower third, the position of the lower third, way more robust. We didn't lower third. We see lower thirds as something very important that can just upgrade the level of your show with two clicks of a button. Like do an animated going in and out in a nice fade lower third, and your show is there. It's crazy how people treat lower thirds. Really recommend you to go to see what we can offer you with lower thirds. Upload the logos to the top right corner. Again, very limited, but very easy. Like you don't have to think that much. It just goes to the up corner. Having overlays, video clips, and backgrounds. Most of them you know from other tools. We didn't change much here. Banners, so you can have banners, of course, and tickers. So this is a ticker, and this is a banner. Okay. Social, of course, things from social coming in, and you can present them on the fly, immediately on the screen, wherever it should go. And the chat. This is the internal chat. And this is
Mhm.
where you have the push to talk button. I want to talk to the whole group. Now I can do that.
Okay.
Hey,
I
group,
was
hello,
about to
hello.
ask you that.
Yeah, and when you have speakers joining, you will see them here as well to be able to talk to them privately if you want to.
Okay, perfect.
Very robust and very helpful for
Indeed,
you
indeed,
as
yes.
producers and for your speakers and guests to feel better
Absolutely.
when they're coming to your show. So that's about dynamic. And then we go to process. So you don't even have to do process if you don't want to. That's why I'm saying Evmux is very, very, very easy to use, but yet very robust if you want it to be. Okay. If you want your show to have process and be able to take things and change that on the fly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, like this or like this, and position things wherever you would like to, that's amazing. Another very cool feature, we have here a countdown, right? It's a video basically.
Yes.
I can go here and do an auto switch. It's already, I can do it a loop or I can do it an auto switch. And I'm saying once it's done, go immediately to another
Down.
scene. It can be to the dynamic scene or it can be
Mm-hmm.
to any other scene that I created ahead of time. So I don't have to be frustrated what's going on when the video finished. Okay. And I can choose another with other tools when the video is done, then okay, you are on screen. You don't know exactly how it's going even to look. It probably will be back to what's been before the video. But sometimes after the video, you want it to be different. Okay. You have Marco on stage to start the show and then a short video, and then you want Elad to be on the show by himself. Okay, so you can just create a scene with Elad, okay, or whatever. I don't think I have a scene with Elad. Let's say Anthony and Elad here. So Marco started, then a video, then auto switch to Anthony and Elad. It just work. Okay, you just play the video, and then you're like this, chilling, and it will transition to Anthony and Elad. And more than that, Anthony and Elad in this case will get a notification, a countdown of 10 seconds for themselves to know that they are about to go live. Also for them, they don't have to be frustrated when the video is done, and you don't have to tell them, hey, the video is done in 5 seconds like crazy. No need, okay? Because auto switch feature just eliminates that. Those small things, as I just said. Um,
Let me just ask you something
sure.
to see. Is this the background or the overlay? It's GIF or GIF or something because
Yeah,
it's
so
moving.
here what we have, I can show you basically under layers what we have here. So we have this video, okay? So
Okay.
the background is basically a looping video,
Yes.
okay? That
Okay.
we did this very soft animation, okay?
Yes.
And
Yes.
also those white frames,
Yeah.
they are also videos actually, okay? Again, looping videos. This is one video, this is the other video. You can change the size of the video. So we created those videos. And that's why I'm saying taking your creativity to the top,
Yeah, yeah, I
right?
can
To the
tell. I can
edge.
tell that
That's
because what?
exactly the idea. You don't have to do that, but we said, okay, we want to go
Yeah,
above and
but if
beyond with our creativity for our town halls. So we did that pretty easily. A lot of things you can do in the system. I will show you the layers that you can have. So text, of course, dynamic captions. It's great. It basically means that all the lower thirds that you create, okay, um, lower third, the thing about them, they are attached to a speaker, right? So when a LUT is up, then the lower third is coming. You can change the configuration and the settings. But let's say you do want to have some animations without any connection to a speaker. Something I really like to do is take this one and then change the text here and say live Parkland, Florida. Sorry, I'm in Hebrew. Parkland, Florida, because this is where I live. Okay. So I take that and I just position this somewhere here. Okay.
hmm
And then look how nice it is. I'm like in the news live. Okay. And I configure this animation where to show, when to hide, exactly like in a lower third, but without any connection to a speaker. And that's something that, again, just my creativity, not that I'm that creative, but that's one idea that I wanted to do. And here I don't even need to go to any videographer to create this animation. I have it native in the system. You saw how easy it is. Um, I think that's the main idea with Evmux, the ability to move between very simple in the dynamic scenes and very advanced and robust in the pro scenes, but still very easy. I'm not a videographer. You saw with drag and drop, I created amazing scenes here, amazing show. All right.
Yeah,
That's the sweet spot I'm talking about.
yeah. Because one of the things I see, and it happens with me, and it happens with other people in this world, is that, for instance, sometimes we need to, for instance, if we need to switch the layout from one speaker or two speakers to three speakers, we need to change as well the overlay. And as far as I can see here, we can put everything together before, and when we
Exactly.
switch from two speakers to three speakers, uh, it will be uh, changing together. If
We call it a smooth transition. Exactly.
yes,
That's one
yes,
of the most important things because, again, coming from the event industry, I think that's what helped us here to understand how important it is because in events, in many times, you have this host, okay, that's starting the show. And then the host would like to move from one host to five people on the stage immediately. Okay. So with other tools, you need to do the add to stream, add to stream, add to stream, and people see like boom, 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 boom. And then if you would like to do any change to the layout, you need to start do switching, and people see that because you do it live, right? So
yeah.
it works, but it's not professional. And for again coming from this industry, it's not acceptable for brands like Amazon. Okay, they don't accept this kind of, it's not professional, and this is their brand. They won't compromise. They say no, you find a way to make it a smooth transition whatsoever. Okay, it costs whatever. We don't care about money, we don't care about nothing. Do it, just do it. So we understood that in order to be able not to be limited, and again, being limited makes me crazy. I cannot stand it. So that's where processings come in. That's where you can upgrade your show. Coming from 1 to 5, you know exactly how those 5 looks. You position them ahead of time. If you need to do any changes on the fly, you can do. Another example, you have the one speaker on, and then you see the 5 speakers, and then you see that one speaker doesn't look good. Okay. You can
hmm
tell the speaker with the push to talk, hey, your head cuts off, please turn your camera up or down. Or you
hmm
can do some changes to the layout, some tweaks to make sure that the speaker positioned well, and then do the transition. Okay. Which is so important when you want to be in the top production level. And I'm saying, hey, you are content creators, you can go up with your production level. Why not? Just why not? It will make you shine among so many content creators. And just think about it. The industry is growing, more and more and more and more people creating content. You have to be special with your content. 100%, the content is the most important thing. If your content is not interesting, yes, so what are we doing here? But
Absolutely.
assuming that you know what you want to talk about, and you have an interesting topic, you have that the production level will be better than others. And with a tool like Evmux, it's just so easy to do that. So go for it. And if you need help, we're here to help. Just do it. Really.
Another question.
Yeah.
This is, for instance, the layout we have right now in the screen with two speakers.
Mm-hmm.
This, for instance, you can use this repeatedly. For instance, you use it with show today, tomorrow you can use it again, right?
Of course. So I'll explain. When we have a broadcast set up in Evmux, it's there forever. Okay, it means that, let's say, if I have a show, that's a great question. A lot of people asking that. If I have a show, okay, today, like you have me today, and you have the same show next week with someone else, but the only thing changes is the one guest that you have. Okay, like
Yeah,
all the
okay.
layouts, all
Mm-hmm.
the way that you created the show. You have, like, we, for example, for our town halls, that's a great idea because we do it weekly. Okay,
Yep, yep,
and we
yep,
use
yep.
the same branding and the same layouts. We start with an opening scene, and then we have a countdown timer, and then we have Anthony and me on the stage all the time. Let's say it's not me every week, it's someone else. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the only thing I have to change is go here to the speakers. Let's unlock, and then do the replace. And when I replace, I just choose another speaker. That's it. The layout is already there. I don't have to touch anything. I work once to make it look great, and then I just change the speaker. I just do the replace. I won't do it now because it's going to be me, but you just replace and choose another speaker. That's it. Okay, so
Okay.
easy. And the only thing you should change probably the broadcasting channel, because you would like to broadcast to somewhere else, because in YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, they change all the time the details, and you need to create
Yeah.
that again,
Okay. Okay.
either you schedule or not. Anyways, I think that the idea is you can use the same, you call it broadcast, call it session, whatever, all the time, and go live multiple times using the same branding. If you want to create a new project in Evmux, you definitely can, and you need to create it again from scratch. Which, again, if you are doing a weekly thing which looks kind of the same, changes here and there, just use the same broadcast. No reason why not to.
Awesome. 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 Okay. Can you go maybe show the other tabs on the top? We were seeing layers, and now, for instance,
Oh, sure.
watching.
So we have, when we are working on a pro scene, we have the layers popping up, because the idea of pro scenes that you can add whatever you would like to the screen, position it wherever you would like. Okay, and also because it's layers, you can do things above the others or below the others to be able to hide things if you don't want to. I'll give you an example, a nice workaround. You would like to have someone sharing screen,
Hmm.
okay, and talking over, but without showing this person. So the easy way to do that is like this here. We have this share screen, but we also have Anthony and I talking over. Okay, so it means everyone can hear us, but we are below the share screen. So if we are below
Okay.
the share screen, then people cannot see us. They will see only the share screen. Okay,
Okay.
so that's why layers is so powerful to allow you to do whatever you want. So that's about layers. Then we have
Each.
the, yeah.
Sorry. Each. For instance, right now you clicked in that scene full screen, right?
Yeah. Like this
So,
and another example.
okay, I see.
You see, the
Okay,
share screen is on top of me. This is a scene with less things, so it's easier to
okay,
see. That my share screen is on top of me, and I did it full screen. So I'm there. It means I will talk. People hear me, but they won't see me because that's what I prefer to have. Okay, I can do differently, and I can say no. I wanted to be above that and have
okay.
me here and my screen. So in this case, people will see me. They will see my screen here. So I'm on top of my share screen. Okay, do whatever you want. Okay, I can go. We can do crops to myself and do me
Yeah.
like this. We can do um, also round corners really
Oh, that's
easily.
awesome.
Yeah, here I can go with the borders and do this.
Ooh.
So many
Nice,
things you
nice,
can do and
nice.
go crazy with your creativity. I just encourage you to try the tooltips here, and what you can do is pretty awesome, pretty awesome, right?
Is
Yeah.
it possible, for instance, to copy those pro scenes? For instance, one I want to have it with a blue background and another one with a yellow background.
Yeah,
Everything remains the title, subtitle, the layouts. I just want to change the background color.
of course you can. So I can take this scene and I can duplicate it. Okay,
Okay,
let's
perfect.
do it quickly. I duplicated it. Then let's say I just want to change the background, which is this one. I need to unlock. The reason we lock is just to prevent that I will do
Yeah, yeah,
mistakes.
yeah,
Okay, I
absolutely.
don't want to touch anything, so I locked it. But let's say that I'm unlocking it, I can click here and replace only the background. Same idea with replacing a speaker. You can replace any element. Okay, so really easy. I just say, okay, I don't want this background. I wanted to replace to any other something I have in under my media files, and I can upload a new
Okay,
background.
I see that as well.
That's it.
So
So
we
easy.
can have a kind of a media base. Okay, everything we upload, it's there in
Hmm.
a warehouse. And
Yeah.
then when you need to replace something, a photograph, a background, everything will be there. So you just need to pick it, and there you
Yeah.
go.
So to go to the media files, you just add a new layer wherever you are, like in any pro scenes you are. You go to media files and you just upload the files.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
And any file you upload will be there. We don't have like cross projects. Won't have the same files. Okay. But within the same project, I upload one file and then this file is available for me for any other scene I created here. Okay.
Awesome, awesome.
Pretty robust, yes. Like even me, that now that I'm playing around, I I remember more and more and more things that I didn't cover. So we cannot cover everything in 1 hour. So many things you can do if you want to. What's important for me to mention, you don't have to go that far. You say no, I'm okay with the dynamic scenes.
Yeah, absolutely,
Go
absolutely.
for it. You don't have to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but if you want to, we allow you to. And you
Yeah,
will see, as content creators, there will be those moments that you need these capabilities. So I'm saying, why not using a platform that allows you if you need it? So
absolutely,
that's the
absolutely. And
sweet spot I'm talking about.
yes, absolutely. And that's let me put, okay. I think I can hide this for a while.
So
Because yes, and this is something that I like to talk all the time. It's about options. When you have two fruits in the table, it means that you can eat two fruits or to combine them together only in two ways. If you have 10, this will give you more options. And I think right with this, besides the fruits, you have yogurts and other kind of things, which which sound good to me. I think we need to make another one soon. Within, I don't know, maybe one
I would
month,
love
maybe
to anytime.
maybe by those times you will have more news for us. So
Working on
we
it, definitely.
we
We
will.
don't stop. We don't stop. And I think that's a great opportunity to tell everyone watching us the most important thing for us is to listen to the users, and for potential users and content creators, anything that you wanted to have and you don't find in other tools, anything you tried Evmux and it's missing for you within Evmux. This is our best way to evolve and improve. We listen, I promise you. Reach out to me wherever you want: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. I'm there. And not only me, the whole team. And our email, info@evmux.com. And if you use Evmux, we have a chat built in that you can talk to us. Any way to be able to share your ideas and your feedback and your thoughts, that's our best way to evolve and to build something together. At the end of the day, we really feel like we build it for the community, for people to be able to create amazing content. We really believe it's important, it adds value, and because it's for content creators, what's better than asking them what they would like to have? So share it with us, really. I promise that we will be there to listen.
Perfect, perfect. How can people find you, by the way?
Sorry.
Where can people find you? You
So I'm
and
saying my
Evmux.
LinkedIn, me myself, first of all, Evmax all over the place: YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Same for myself. I'm trying to be even in TikTok a little bit. Like I'm old, so I'm trying. But yeah, I'm there also. So anywhere, anywhere really, like wherever makes more sense to you, and you want to reach out, just search for Evmax or search for me, and do it. Go for it. We really encourage you to do that.
Perfect, perfect. Well, we came to the
All right, I
end.
enjoyed a lot. Wow.
Thank you so much. And for those of you who are watching, hope you liked as much as I did. I'm looking forward to put my hands deeper on all these features, scenes, pro scenes as well,
You
not
should, you
only
should.
dynamic scenes. Because yes, I see so many potential here because I've been in some remote production and there are some things that they are challenging. Okay. And I see here some nice things.
Cool, cool. Thank you, thank you. And share your
So,
ideas, Marco. This is also for you. Post show,
absolutely. Absolutely.
anything, any idea. Someone like you, so experienced,
I will.
that's
I
amazing
think
to have your feedback.
I already shared something with you
Yeah, you did.
before. So
You did, you did.
maybe, maybe now I will go I will try it. And maybe I will do some broadcast in Portuguese and Spanish too to showcase
That
a
would
little
be
bit
nice to hear.
the
I'm not
the
understanding
plus.
Portuguese, but it's very beautiful language to listen to.
Absolutely. Well, Elad, thank you so much.
Thank
Hope
you.
a really nice journey for Evmux.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you did it.
And thank you so much for all of you who are watching us today. Hope you have a rest of day nice and weak, of course.
Yes.
And
Likewise,
so,
I say the same for all of you. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you all trying EVMAX out and giving us feedback, and enjoying yourselves. And yeah, today's Tuesday, so yeah, the whole week is in front of us, right? So have a
absolutely.
great week.
And the whole month, by the way. 1st February. So thank you
Yeah.
so much. See you later. Bye
See
bye.
you. Bye bye.